72 tonnes of cement to a remote road crew. He's now racing to load his 54-metre road train.
1.2 tonne bags of cement. Will be around 117 tonne gross, I think.
He has to tow this maxed out load over a monster distance.
Probably a bit over 1,000 kilometres away.
It must be delivered by tomorrow afternoon.
Down to a roadworks crew that's doing some floodways.
This is a time-consuming load. 60 bags, requiring 33 straps.
I would have liked to have been going a bit earlier, but you never get away when you think you're going to. You're always late generally.
After 2 hours of hard yakka, Chris can escape the brutal heat and humidity.
Oh, it's good to finally leave the yard after load.
600 kilometres of unknown road conditions lie ahead. More rain will only make things worse.
Yeah, well, I didn't really want any rain because I don't know what that road's like.
With 400 kilometres left, he's on the Tablelands Highway. But this is no smooth bitumen road.
You'd have to use the term highway fairly loosely. It's rougher than most dirt roads you go on. You don't expect it to be so rough, but you're down to sort of 40 kilometres an hour. It's throwing the truck around all over the place, as well as up and down and woofs and hollows, and the 3 trailers, they do tend to wander around a fair bit. It's a terrible piece of road.
After that ride, the dirt of the Calvert Road makes a welcome relief.
We've got about 195 kilometres to go.
This is a track Chris has never driven. His clients are expecting his load of cement by this afternoon. It's already 2 p.m. As he heads into the Barclay Tablelands, Chris can't afford any more hold-ups.
Fairly large mob of cows on the road. We don't really want to run any of them over. You run the risk of, when you do run one over, of it going underneath the truck and breaking air tanks off, doing all sorts of things. Then you run into the drama of being stranded out here whilst trying to fix things. Being up here, they probably don't see too much traffic, so they haven't got a great deal of road sense. There's another herd in front of us here. You just can't pick which way they're going to go.
Finally, it's all clear ahead. Until
We just had a cow run across the road in front of us.
Chris has avoided a rude and reckless herd of cattle.
They have no road manners at all.
To make it onto the final leg of his urgent cement delivery. It's the last push. And the rain threatens.
It looks like a few storm clouds. We are starting to get a few spots of rain. If you got a big heap of rain and you got bogged, and the trucks, I mean, it could sit here for months while it dries out.
200 kilometres after hitting the dirt. The first signs of the road construction crew he's delivering to.
Pretty good. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, so they wanted it Tuesday afternoon, so I reckon we've done pretty good.
Jed, the boss, is waiting.
Where are we unloading this cement, mate?
With the wet season closing in, it's a massive relief to receive the load on time. Sharon's loading up with urgent feed supplements for Coolatar Station, a massive 420,000 acre cattle property in far north Queensland's remote Cape York Peninsula.
We're off and away. I love this trip. It's a good, fun trip on the dirt. Yeah, this is a fairly significant crossing. It's fairly steep and windy, so you can't hit it running.
Outback cattle stations are so big, they're mostly unfenced, leaving cattle to roam free.
Mate, we've got to be careful of those because they are what do big damage to the truck if we hit something like that. Thanks, old girl.
Sharon's missed the cattle, but she's also missed a gear.
I don't want to get stuck coming up there. Not by myself, not with the road train on. As you can see, straight into bog cog to get out.
In bog cog, the truck's lowest gear,
Come on.
the 1,000 horsepower road train claws back momentum.
And we're out. I don't like using bog cog because it means you've missed a gear.
This narrow causeway over the dried up riverbed is only centimetres wider than her truck and ends with an incline.
You don't want to fall off the side.
Sharon has to attack it at speed to make sure she gets up the other side safely.
If you haven't got a bit of pace up, it will drag you back in. Sometimes it's not good to look in the mirrors, just keep going and go for it. Lug it, come on. We did that one a little bit better, we got out without bog cog. Excellent. We've got here, we've done quite well actually. Yeah, done really well.
As night falls, Sharon navigates the track onto the station, parking up, ready for unloading at dawn. Before the day heats up, Sharon empties the 24-tonne tank of molasses.
It's a nice time of the morning, eh? It's nice and cool. So molasses with rumensin and protein, which is a supplement that cattle seem to like. Hey, boo-boo. There's little babies popping up everywhere.
The molasses is a lifesaver.
You do it every week and you see the same little weaners leaving Kalata and dropping into the Mitchell River. Old Skippy heading for a drink. Good croc country up here. There's plenty of crocodiles. There's no swimming in the water. Just have a look for crocs. Can't see any today, but I don't really want to see any because I'm going to stop and get out and just wash off the molasses and wash my signs. Oh, you generally won't see a croc if he's under the water. He'll be watching you. They sort of sneak up on you if you're not careful. Mate, you don't want to hang around. Can't see anything down there, but yeah, you're not sure if it's a fish or it's somebody watching you wanting to bite, so let's get out of here before we get eaten. We made it through. Whoa.
Steve Graham is on the move. After a frustrating wet season, Steve is getting ready to drive eastwards on the Great Central Road. On the back, 3 trailer loads of construction materials worth $100,000.
There's a lot of camel tracks on the road. I've got to keep my eyes open here. It's a nice cool day, so they'll possibly keep moving around all day, and then you get past a clump of trees like this and they leap out. They're all over the road.
First introduced by Afghan traders, over 300,000 feral camels roam freely through the outback. When temperatures climb, they go hunting for water, often damaging crops, water holes and trucks.
Idiot camels no good. Usually because their body's high up, you get your air cleaners knocked off, or you get seriously really bad damage, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth. So I don't want to hit them. I've got my eyes peeled.
But over 30 half-ton wild animals aren't too hard to spot.
Bloody camels on the road. You've got to watch these creatures. They'll go any which way. And I hope the idiots don't settle down for a big run down the road. Come on, children, get off the road. That was quite a good, healthy looking mob. There should be. The country's looking beautiful. They're living the dream life in the dream desert.
A reminder of what life is all about in the world of outback trucking.
When you have a good run like this one, it revitalises you.
Sonny's hauling 4 brand new trailers, a quad, 52 metres of polished metal owned by the haulage company he works for. But Sonny faces a new hazard for his truck and rig.
And all we're going to have to worry about tonight is kangaroos. Because the last thing I want to be doing is running over kangaroos with these new trailers. If they jump out in the side of you, especially with this thing with all new aluminium guards all around it, yeah, they'll make a mess of them pretty quick. You run over them, their bones go through the tyres. Looking along here along the road, there's not much hope of avoiding them. Friggin' every 50 feet there's a dead kangaroo.
Sonny is driving in one of the worst times of day for an outback trucker. Dusk.
Oh, you thing. Get out of the road. Friggin' dry out here.
The impact of 3 years of drought is as far as the eye can see.
Barren, nothing. Cows will be struggling to find something to eat.
There are no fences in these remote parts. Cattle roam free. On the road, they're a constant danger. An adult bull can weigh over a ton.
Definitely try and avoid them.
Hit one, and Sonny could be facing yet another truck repair bill.
The little calves, you really got to watch them because you never know which way they're going to go when they take off. Wait until you're nearly on top of them and they run out in front of you. $3,250 kilometres travelled, and Sonny has finally reached his destination in the Northern Territory.